Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwadner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the great pleasure of meeting with Jim Rich. He's General Manager Americas with Board International. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you in the sales performance management space, which is growing and expanding. What do you see on the horizon in terms of challenges that sales managers face with sales performance management?
Yeah, so sales performance management to me is broken down into a couple of different areas. One is obviously the capacity planning is probably the most important. So how do you take a top-down number from, the board or wherever and figure out, okay, what is the capacity that I need to drive the right level of salespeople so I can drive and meet to that and get to that number. But then equally as important is, okay, now I've got to define territories for these individuals, right? And so we look at that as a data problem as much as anything, right? So how do you score the specific accounts and identify what the value is or the intrinsic value could be or should be from these types of accounts? So for example, if you're very strong in pharma, maybe we give those pharma accounts a much higher score than, let's say, a manufacturing company, for example. You don't have to spend too much time thinking about, okay, how do I actually score a pharma company from a manufacturing company, et cetera? Just apply a score so that you can create equitable territories and then distribute those territories to the capacity that you basically just figured out. It allows you to make sure that each seller has an equal opportunity. Even with the right territory, some salespeople are not going to perform, and that, that's just a whole different issue. But is ensuring that that you have delivered a territory that is scored similarly across all of the salespeople is absolutely paramount. And then you can have those predictable costs of sales for the CFO.
Jim, when it comes to smaller companies that are in high growth mode, how does Board provide you with the agility you need to make changes on the fly?
Yes, you should start the year off with building out and delivering territories. But sometimes throughout the year, a year is a long time. You have to be able to be nimble to either capitalize on an opportunity or realize maybe we scored these specific accounts incorrectly. So let's change that. And so with our tool, we have the ability to quickly go in and readjust the scoring based on certain factors that happen throughout the year, and then realign those territories and automatically distribute them and send them back into Salesforce directly or into Microsoft, whatever the platform is, and immediately update those territories and distribute them back out to the sales team.
So can you give me a recent example where you helped a sales organization plan their territory and what were the net outcomes?
I can talk about what we do internally here, which I've done several times, which is, when I first got here, we were geographically distributed as territories, which I'm not a big fan of. So I was able to go in and redistribute those territories based on named accounts, based on industries, and really focused on named accounts. Redistributed those and was able to do that in, a matter of a week or so to make sure the data was right. Now I'm faced with 2024 planning. I think that we're now in a position as a company to start to segment the sales team based on industry.
Right.
Because we have specific tools outside of our sales performance management suite. We have specific tools that are well geared towards retail, supply chain, and other types of companies in manufacturing, in, as I said, retail, in high tech, et cetera. So I will be now and have started to build out territories for 2024 based on industry and segmenting them by industry.
So the issue of working from home or working in the office or working in the territory is no longer a big issue when you have Board.
The beauty of it, whether you're working from home or in the office or wherever you're located, the ability to quickly and nimbly change territories or reallocate accounts based on specific things that happen throughout the year is critical and kind of makes it irrelevant of where people are.
What is the impact that AI will have on your solution and on the profession of selling?
A couple of things. One is the simplicity with which people can build different models. Instead of me having to figure out how am I going to build out these charts and dashboards, I can quickly say, show me a dashboard of all my top sellers in the Southeast region with X number of accounts, and it'll pop up and build that dashboard. So, and then on the AI/machine learning side is really being able to identify specific things that are going on historically, right? So I can see trends that are happening that I may not be able to see by the human eye, but with AI, I can feed large amounts of data into an algorithm and see what are some of the trends that I may have missed that could impact my ability to sell into specific accounts, or maybe there are specific areas that we've just not seen that are starting to rise that we should be focused on.
Thank you, Jeb. For anyone who wants to learn more about this wonderful new technology that helps you grow your organization and your revenues, go to board.com.